we become extremely desperate. God, out of his nature, can show us his love, but it's for a little while before you start realizing that we are nothing outside, and then he became genuinely desperate. And because he was reckless and became genuinely desperate, he was looking for sources of food for himself. Many of us, when we walk out of the love of God for our life, we become hungry spiritually. Because we have decided to spend all the grace that God has for us. It gets to a point in our life we realize that we have nothing, we can do nothing, and there's this hunger in our life that no other thing can fill. I've shared many times that I wonder sometimes when these billionaires, when I read news and I read about these billionaires that commit suicide, how can you have 1 billion and you still kill yourself? That tells me clearly that there is something that the inheritance that he got could not fill. There is something that he had in his possession, or these people have in their possession, that could not substitute what they were missing in their life. There is a hunger that comes upon our lives when we are far away from him, that no other thing, no matter how rich you are, no matter how connected you are, no matter how resourceful you think you are, no matter how fine you think your life is going, there is always a point of desperation that nothing on earth can feel except the love of God. And that is exactly what some lives look like when they move away from the love of God for them. When the gift of love of God is abandoned by individuals, then our soul starts to starve. When we abandon the gift of love that God has given us, it's only a matter of time before our soul starts to starve and we begin to experience the emptiness that nothing on earth can fill. You can have your bucket list and start checking it from number 1 to number 20. You can spend millions per day or whatever it is that you want. But there's still that something that is missing. There's still that hunger in our spirit that only the love of God can fill. And I noted here, I said, God's love is not optional upon our lives. The love of God is essential. Without the love of God upon our life, everything else will fail. So it doesn't matter how productive or how successful you think you are. But when the love of God is missing upon our lives, everything else that we lay our hands on will fail. And that is why the love of God is always available for us. Even when we reject it, God still stretches out his hands, and is still expecting us to they enjoy more than me. And here I am that I am perishing. I am eating with the pigs.